Yo guys! It's your friend here, bringing you another awesome Naruto what if tale. What if a female Kurama fell for Naruto and gifted him a divine Dōjutsu? In a world where Naruto carries both unimaginable burdens and unbreakable hope, destiny quietly rewrites itself the night his heart finally reaches its limit. During an exhausting evening of training, Naruto collapses alone in the forest. When his eyes open again, he finds himself standing in the dark, echoing halls of his subconscious. But this time, something is different. The cage of the nine tails is gone. And in its place stands a figure he has never seen before. A beautiful female Kurama. Her long crimson hair flows like burning silk. Her golden fox eyes glow softly. And her presence feels less like a beast, and more like a forgotten goddess. Naruto stumbles back in surprise, but she steps forward with a gentle, almost shy smile. Don't be afraid, Naruto. You never treated me like a monster. So I changed, for you. For a moment, everything inside him becomes quiet. No chaos. No fear. Just warmth. Something in her voice, a hidden tenderness, reaches the deepest, loneliest part of Naruto's heart. He realizes that Kurama, despite all her power, had lived in isolation longer than he ever had. Two souls, different yet identical in their loneliness, find each other in a world that had rejected them both. As days pass inside their shared mindscape, Kurama begins appearing more often, sometimes playful, sometimes teasing, sometimes deeply protective. Naruto starts opening up in ways he never has before. He shares memories of his childhood, his dreams of acknowledgement, his silent heartbreaks. And Kurama listens quietly. Because every word he speaks feels like it heals a small piece of her ancient, scarred heart. She begins to care for him, deeply. More than a guardian. More than a friend. Something warmer, something dangerously close to love. One night, Naruto sits on the ground in his subconscious, knees pulled to his chest, struggling with the crushing weight of the world. Kurama approaches him in her human form, her steps light, her expression soft. She kneels before him, lifts his chin with her tail, and whispers. You've carried too much alone. Let me give you a part of my strength. A power meant only for the one my heart chooses. Her forehead presses gently against his. A flash of divine light bursts through the darkness. And Naruto's eyes transform, spinning with glowing red gold patterns, like sacred flames. This was the Kitsune no Megami Dōjutsu, the goddess fox eye. A legendary ability even Kurama had never shared with anyone. With it, Naruto could feel her emotions. Her heartbeat. Her warmth pulsing through his soul. And she could feel his. Their bond becomes something sacred. No longer a forced connection. But a chosen one. As Naruto gains mastery over this divine gift, he becomes faster, wiser, more graceful than ever. Enemies tremble before his power. Friends sense something different, something holy, glowing behind his eyes. But the true strength wasn't the eye itself. It was the way Kurama stayed close to him. Speaking softly to him during battles. Protecting him with her energy. Loving him in her own quiet, fierce way. Their connection deepens until one mission nearly ends Naruto's life. In a moment of pure terror, Kurama tears through the boundaries of the physical world and appears beside him in her ethereal feminine form, glowing with foxfire. She cradles him in her arms, voice trembling. Don't you dare leave me, Naruto. I've lost too much already. Naruto opens his eyes weakly, lifting a hand to her cheek. Kurama, you're not a monster. You're the most precious person I have. The world seems to stop as their foreheads touch again. This time not for power, but for love. Kurama pours part of her life force into him. And Naruto awakens in his divine fox sage mode. Golden aura blazing. Goddess eyes shining like molten stars. And Kurama's spirit standing behind him like a celestial guardian. Together, they fight. Together, they survive. Together, they become unstoppable. And when the chaos finally fades, the story ends with a calm, intimate scene. Naruto sits atop a quiet hill under the shimmering night sky. The village lights glow softly in the distance. Beside him, Kurama appears in her beautiful human form, resting her head gently on his shoulder. Her tail's wrapped around him like a warm embrace. Naruto breathes slowly, peacefully. Stay with me, like this. Kurama smiles, a blush warming her cheeks. Always, Naruto. You were alone for so long. But now, you'll never be alone again. And under the stars, two hearts that the world once feared and ignored finally find a home in each other. A bond born from pain, strengthened by trust, and forever bound by love. Do you want to see how far Naruto and Kurama's divine bond can go? Tell me in the comments. Your wish will shape the next part.